If you enjoy listening to this podcast and would like to rep our brand, please visit www.customizedgirl.com/s/on-the-block-and-bed-stuy to purchase on-the-block apparel and accessories. On this week's episode, we'll be given the 5 signs of a fake friend to help others recognize whether or not they may need to clean up their friend circle. We'll also be discussing the Shanquella Robinson case and how we believe each of the Cabo 6 had a hand in her murder. So pull up and let's get this conversation started. How many of us have experienced having a fake friend or even a fake family member pretending they're your ride or die, but secretly hate your guts and would love nothing more than to see you run over by a bus? I, for one, have experienced this firsthand, and the minute you realize that the person you thought you could trust is really the person who's been stabbing you in your back the whole time, can leave you feeling a mix of emotions from disbelief to heartbroken to full-on anger. It really makes me reevaluate the people that are around you, and it can also make you question if putting 100% of your trust into anyone is ever a smart thing to do, because you can never truly know what a person is capable of or what they're really thinking and feeling about you. So here are the 5 signs to look for if there is a suspected fake friend or frenemy in your circle. So sign number 1, they never participate in any celebratory successes or milestones in your life. There's always some excuse on why they couldn't make it or may do a complete no-show altogether.
Okay. It's okay. So,
that's sign number 1. Sign
Yeah,
number 1, they never come to nothing that you ever do when there's anything you celebrate in, any type of milestone or anything that achievement that happened in your life. Like they never show up, or they don't come because they always got an excuse, or they just don't show up, or they say they're gonna come and they just don't show up.
yeah, that happened to me a few times.
So that means that, probably they're not a real friend, because a real friend will support you.
Yeah, well, it's hard to find real friends because, I you already know I got my trust issues with people. It takes me like decades to trust somebody, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like that happened to me a few times. You know, like there's a lot of people that been around me throughout my entire life, you know what I'm saying, that kind of like they're in that position or in that space when it comes to like how I categorize people. You know what I'm saying? There's like categories, and there's a lot of people that fit into that category, unfortunately. And like, you know, it's like no hard feelings, it's nothing personal. I feel like I got past all that.
Yeah, but I still feel like when you friends with somebody or so forth, and you call them your friend, I feel like you need to start looking at signs. Like, and it needs to be certain things that if somebody's doing, that needs to be a red flag to you, to be like, all right, well, I'm not gonna really deal with this person, or at least I'm not gonna call this person my friend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's another thing too, is like people throw that term around loosely. It's like people, you know, are mad loose with the phrase "I love you" and all that shit. You know, like I feel like people say that too much, especially as of recently. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of people be throwing around that phrase "I love you, bro." You know what I mean? Like you don't love me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like don't be telling me you love me. You don't like that shit. That phrase holds a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of meaning to that. You know what I'm saying? People just throwing it around, you know, just like people throw around, I hate that person. You know what I mean? Like you don't really hate that person. You probably dislike that person, but you don't hate that person. You know what I mean? There's a difference between disliking somebody and hating somebody. So like, just there's a lot of terms that people throw around loosely a lot lately, and they should, you know, maybe people need to start like go back to like English class. And understand the meaning and definition of words, because people be using them shits mad incorrect. But you know, like I said, I always had trust issues just because you know, the way, you know, where I grew up at, and people, you know, just my whole life, all the situations that I've been through in my life made me the person that I am today. And it, you know, like I said, for me to trust somebody new, it's like that shit probably never gonna happen at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already 40, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, if I meet somebody tomorrow, what, I'm gonna be 55 years old by the time I trust you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's starting not to make sense after a while. So,
yeah. So anyway, so sign one, if they don't come to anything that you, and I'm gonna stick to the 5 signs. And the first sign to me is if they don't come to nothing, if they don't celebrate nothing, whether it's a baby being born, a marriage, a wedding, a new job position, or whatever, and you having some type of celebratory situation behind that, and they never come to nothing. I understand you can't always show up at everything, but if you can't ever be there to support your friend, that's not your friend, period. Like, that's how I see it. You're not a friend. So the sign number 2 of a person that could possibly not be your friend is they compliment you with their mouth, but their eyes show a different feeling, jealousy and envy. Because remember, the eyes are the windows to the soul. So when somebody is telling you, they complimenting you, but them eyes is saying something else, that's a red flag. That they probably not really your friend, or they got some type of dislike for you. And clearly, if you dislike somebody, that's not a friend.
Yeah. Well, I hope people will know how to will pay attention to see things like that, because I know I see stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I see everything. But when it comes to unless you're like a master, there's some people out there that are really good at hiding their emotions and lying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the real snake people, like the real serpents. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some real like serpents out there that they'll fool you, man, for a long time, man. And when they get you, sometimes it be too late. You might not make it.
I don't believe that. I think that whenever you think back whenever you think back of, all right, say like you had a friend or whatever, and to you might have felt like they never showed no signs. But once they show themselves and you start to really think about your relationship, you will start to remember like certain little things that they were doing that was sideways. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you chose to ignore, right, in hindsight. But you can't say that they didn't show nothing. No, they showed something. You probably just ignored it or brushed past it or whatever. But like once you think about it, after the friend that showed their whole ass and you realize they was a snake, you start reevaluating that friendship, you'll be like, yo, I remember that time. It'll be certain things that was a red flag, but for whatever reason you chose to ignore it, or you brush it off because that's your friend, because to you that's your friend. Like, you really care about them, but they don't give a shit about you. So sometimes they gotta do some dirty shit for you to realize and think back and see, okay, they was kind of showing little signs, I just wasn't saying it.
See, that's the human weakness, man. Like emotions cloud judgment and logic. So like you might have genuine love for somebody, or like somebody, or consider them a friend, and maybe they're not thinking about you in the same way. You know what I'm saying? But like, because you're thinking about them in that light, it's almost like putting a filter on your eyes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you basically being, like I said, feelings and emotions cloud judgment. So like, logically you might even be noticing something, but like you're in denial, or your subconscious is making you put it to the back. You know what I'm saying? So like, and then when you look back at things, it's always after something happens, and then you look back and you're like, oh man, like I seen all the signs. The signs was there the whole time. And that's the thing. That's why like I said, hindsight 2020 is like a very overly used and accurate statement. Like, everything looks mad clear when you look back after everything happened. You know what I'm saying? You be like, damn, like the signs were there for years. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's the thing, is like, when you have genuine feelings for people, you don't see those things at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because either your subconscious is like blocking it out, or maybe you in denial. You don't wanna lose a friendship over something like that. So you might put it to the back, you know what I'm saying? And act like you ain't see it, or maybe be like, oh, that's whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, they gotta pay attention to the little signs, man, because they're always there. And there's a lot of people, man. People can't
hide but so much. Like, I feel like, especially if you've been around somebody for years, like, you might be able to be fake at first and phony, but after a while, the true self gonna come out. It just might not be full frontal in your face, but there's gonna be little things that they do little stuff, the way they looking at you. That's why I said the eyes are the window to the soul, because somebody can be like, oh, your hair look, they can be like, oh, you look cute or whatever, or your hair look nice, but them eyes is looking at you like, bitch, I don't like you, fuck you. You know what I mean? But they're saying the right things, but their eyes is not saying what their mouth is saying.
Yeah.
So sign number 3, they hang with your enemy. What true friend is keying with your enemy unless they share something in common? Their hatred for you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not hanging with, if me and you friends, I'm not hanging with somebody that you don't get along with, that's your enemy, or I'm just not gonna do that. So like if I'm rolling around with somebody that I know you don't fuck with, and I'm saying you like my peoples, like you my friend, and I'm hanging with them.
Yeah.
I'll be looking. That's a sign to me. You know what I mean? You're not gonna hang with somebody that could bring harm to your friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen that before too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I be trying to. It kind of. I mean, I guess it kind of depends on the situation a little bit, because like sometimes
well, it could they both your friends.
Yeah,
like friends and they don't like each other.
Yeah, like it's like sometimes you could be around it could be a whole group of people that hang out with each other and like shit happens. Sometimes 2 people have a falling out, but like everybody else is like, well, I don't got beef with that dude. You know what I mean? Like we all was chilling at one point, and like this one person got beef with this other one person.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be hanging with them. You know what I mean? Like the only way I can see maybe it could be a little bit more harder to deal with is if they're both your friends and they have a falling out.
That's what I'm saying. Like that happens though a lot.
You know what I mean?
Man. You got dudes that all hang out with each other, but like 2 guys in the group don't mess with.
But I'm not even. But I'm not talking about that situation, because it's like clearly you're not gonna stop.
But yeah, if it's somebody that's outside the circle and you hang with them, that shit is
like
crazy,
even though they might have not did nothing to you, or you might even know them like what up, but I'm not gonna be hanging with you because my friend and you, that's my friend. They don't get along with you like that. They don't like you. I know of you in the neighborhood or whatever. We might even say what up to each other, but I'm not gonna never be caught hanging with you or chatting with you or nothing because my friend don't fuck with you. So it's like, what the hell am I doing hanging with you? For what? Unless we both don't like you. And that's the common denominator between me and you is we don't like you. So now I'm around you because I really don't feel you anyway. So it's like, that's what I'm trying to say, like the signs of a fake ass friend. Like when they doing shady little shit that make you be like, really? Like, why the hell you hanging with somebody that I don't even fuck with? Yeah. And they'll try to say, well, I don't got nothing to do with that. But yeah, but we friends. Like you can't be cahooting with me. And then, like I said, now if you friends with both sides, that's different because you're friends with both sides. But I still feel like it could still be shady friendship on that note, because if one or both of your friends have a falling out, I feel like it depends on how you handling that. Like if you letting them both talk about each other to you, that to me, I don't know, I feel like you shouldn't be getting involved with that. You should kind of be like, listen, if you got a problem with her, you need to tell her or whatever, or she tell a friend that too. Like I'm friends with both of y'all, so I'm not getting in the middle of that. So if y'all want to bash each other, you're gonna have to do that with somebody else. But like if you're sitting there entertaining that bashing, you still being kind of like shady to me. Like to me, I'm just saying. That's my opinion, my feeling.
That's like being an instigator, kind of.
Yeah, like I don't know.
It's almost like you want to see the conflict.
Right.
I mean, there's people like that too, man. I grew up in the P's. I already know, man. I done been around every personality you could imagine, man. So I already know like the types of people that's out there.
But some people don't know that. That's what I'm saying. Like some people don't, especially younger people. Like we might know that because we're older. We're in our 40s or whatever. We're older. We done been through stuff. We had to actually go through having a snake friend or even a family member too. Family ain't off limits. They could be shady too, snakish too. But I'm saying, like, in order for you to really understand that, you have to kind of like experience it. Because I feel like a lot of times if you never went through it and somebody try to tell you, you still not gonna really take it in until it happens to you. Then you'll be like, you know what? You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta kind of go through the bad experience to learn from it, kind of.
Yeah, perception is reality. So if you never been through it, it's not real to you.
Right.
Until you experience it.
So sign number 4 is they're always telling you what someone negatively said about you. Perhaps because they secretly agree with the negative comments and take joy in upsetting you by repeating it. So to me, I feel like if somebody is always telling you something negative that somebody said about you, that's not a real friend to me. That's some shady friend shit. Because why you always repeating everything somebody's saying about me? First of all, why people are comfortable to talk about me to you? Number one. Exactly. That's the first thing. Like, they shouldn't even be comfortable to talk shit about me to you. So the fact that they're able to do that, you're giving them some type of inkling or some type of vibe that they can engage in negative conversation with you about me. And then you're coming back and telling me.
All right, that's the person not even thinking about stuff. They're being kind of stupid a little bit.
Yeah, being stupid, or do you feel like are they being stupid? Are they being messy? Because sometimes it don't gotta be. It could be somebody that's just very messy. Like, they always want to see some mess, but I still feel like that's not a real friend, because if somebody is always saying negative stuff about your friend and you constantly always coming back telling me, oh, so-and-so said, I feel like either you taking some joy in upsetting my day, you getting something out of that, or maybe you feel like how they feel and you kind of like using what they said to jab at me without you saying it directly. So you'll be like, oh, so-and-so said this about you, or you just always got some messiness going on telling me what somebody said, instead of you shutting people down and being like, yo, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, get out of here with that. That's what you should be telling your friend. Like, girl, this bitch trying to talk about you and I shut that bitch down. Then we could talk, but you just repeating, and then they'll be like, oh, but don't say nothing.
See, that goes back to your feelings clouding your judgment. Because so basically that's like the other end of what I was saying earlier. Was this is like the other side of the spectrum where your feelings of anger or jealousy are clouding your judgment. So like, normally if you were thinking logically, right, you would say, I'm not gonna say that shit, because if I say this to her, it's gonna put her on that we be talking about her. Like, if a person is thinking strategically and logically, they probably would keep that shit to themselves. But when you're doing that, it's because you getting that joy out of seeing that person angry. You have an actual hatred or dislike for this person, so you're letting your emotions and dislike for that person cloud your judgment, and you sitting there and you telling them because you want to see them get mad, but you're not realizing you keep doing that. It's like you putting them on game too.
Right, you're like revealing yourself.
Exactly, and that goes back to you letting your emotions cloud your judgment. You know what I'm saying? If you a hater, you're going to do hater shit, you're going to get exposed. If you love people and you have genuine love for people are going to see that and they're going to know that. You know what I'm saying? If you're a fake person, people are going to notice that, because you're going to be fake consistently. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you got hard feelings for somebody, you really hating on somebody, you can't hide that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could like smell the hate coming out of somebody's pores. You know what I mean? Like, so it's all about perception. It's all about how aware of your surroundings you are as a person too. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, everything comes to light eventually. So
yeah. So the last sign of a fake ass friend or not a good friend is they have an issue with you but tell everyone else except you. And to me, I feel like a real friend is gonna confront you when there's a problem in hopes of a resolution, and not gossip about it behind your back. So like, if you running around telling you got an issue with your friend, right? Your friend don't know nothing about this issue because you're not telling your friend. You're telling the friend of the friend. You telling your cousin. You telling everybody that you got an issue with your friend because she did whatever, right? And instead of you confronting the friend and not even involve everybody else didn't even have to know you had an issue with your friend. If you would have just went directly to your friend and said, for whatever's bothering you, because at the end of the day, friends gonna not always agree. They're gonna go through shit. You know what I mean? You're gonna not always get along. Sometimes y'all might not agree on things. But the thing is, if you're having a problem with each other, y'all need to go to each other instead of talking about each other behind the back. You know what I mean? And then, it starts to, and it can, and the feelings can fester. Like, so if you have an issue with your friend, or your friend got an issue with you, you don't know about it, this friend is building up this angry feeling because they're not never telling you about it. And sometimes when you start telling other people about it, other people can start chiming in and putting their input in on it, and it could be a negative input. It might not always be somebody that's going to give you a positive outlook on the situation or try to encourage you to talk to your friend. A lot of people want to try to instigate that shit and try to make it worse. Now you got this festering feeling for your friend because you never told the friend. Meanwhile, friend thinking we good, but we're not good because you mad. And then you find out either you getting confronted in a really aggressive way, so where they might fight you, or they might just be doing really fucked up shit because they never approached you about it. So I feel like a real friend is going to confront their friend about issues. Just like when you in a relationship with a man. on the female side, when you in a relationship with a man, you gonna confront your man. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna not tell your man that you got a problem with him. So why you can't do that with your girlfriend if that's your real friend?
Yeah, I never really experienced too much of that. I mean, if I did, probably was when I was young as a kid or something like that, you know. But like,
and you're a man. I feel like all of this is messy woman shit.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff pertains to women, but I mean, there's some shit that men be doing too, though, man. Like, it be funny shit going on with dudes too, bro. But like,
like the sign number two, when they compliment you with the mouth, with them eyes, and saying something different.
Yeah, dudes be doing shit like that.
No. Sign number one for men. Oh, they never participate in any celebratory.
Yeah, they do that. They do that too. Yeah,
no show ass niggas. Don't support nothing.
Yeah, they be doing that shit too. But like, like as far as number 5, I feel like maybe like with guys particularly, maybe like when we're kids, you might experience something like that where like a friend of yours is telling all your other friends some shit, and then they coming back and telling you about it, and then next thing you know, y'all fighting in the back. You know what I'm saying? But like, and I feel like when kids go through stuff like that, it like teaches them like not to do that shit no more. Cause like, I know as far as a lot of guys that I know that I still talk to, and people because there's a lot of people that I don't even talk to anymore. And like a lot of guys that I still talk to that I consider family and shit like that. Like, we probably been through shit like that before. You know what I'm saying? As kids, we have disagreements or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, we learn from that shit. We learn like, yo, you don't move like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, you should already know like, you don't move that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really got an issue with somebody, just try to like nip that shit in the bud real quick. You know what I'm saying? Even though it might be a little hard to say that shit, because sometimes it's hard to say things to people if it's not good. You know what I mean? Like, we'll say something.
And everybody, you know what? Everybody can't take. This is the thing too. Sometimes I feel like the reason why sometimes people don't always confront friend is because they may feel like the friend won't be receptive to whatever they gotta say to them. So sometimes in a way that can be a sign of a fake friend that doesn't confront you, or it could be the sign of whatever it is, either whether you're a good friend but you don't want to confront the other friend because they're not going to be receptive. That still means that person ain't a good friend. Because I should be able to come to you and tell you about what's going on without you getting mad or without you wanting to beat me up or want to fight me, because I'm trying to tell you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't have animosity towards your friend if they do confront you about a situation. Yeah. So it could be either one of y'all ain't good friends to each other. Either the one that wants to confront you, but they don't because they worry that you won't receive it in a good way. Like, you might get aggressive about it, or you might still get mad, you know, or you might want to still gossip about that your friend confronted you, and you want to tell the other friend, let me tell you, how she gonna tell me? It's like, no, like, it's all messiness. So it's like, either way, one of y'all ain't a good friend. If you feel like you can't go to your friend and tell them about how you feeling, that's not a friend. It's not. Like, you should be able to confront your, because like I said, just because y'all friends, y'all can be best friends, know each other since y'all was in kindergarten, little, but y'all not gonna always get along. Y'all not gonna always agree on everything. Y'all gonna have moments where y'all don't agree on something, or y'all gonna have moments where the friend might have got on your nerve, or they might have said something that annoyed you. That's normal. But I feel like, are you gonna just let it go, or are you gonna, if it's bothering you that much, instead of gossiping about it to other people, just say it to the friend. Put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you know, I didn't like whatever. And then sometimes people don't even realize that they rubbed you wrong, or sometimes people don't even realize what they're doing. So I feel like you got to tell people about it. Now, if I told you about it and you're still doing the same thing, it's like, okay, now, to me, I feel like maybe it's time to just let that friendship go, because you already know how I feel, and you still performing the same way. Like, you're not changing anything about what I said. So I feel like you just don't give a shit.
Yeah, at that point, you're being intentional.
Yeah, either that or you gotta accept that they're like that and try it. You still want to be friends with that? Go ahead, but I feel like as an older person, I'm not giving nobody, like, I don't know. I feel like back in the day, when I was younger, you know, people I grew up with, whatever. But I feel like
I don't have patience for that shit no more, man. Like, the minute I get a bad whiff or something from somebody, man, like, I just cut it off at the root, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because what are you
don't even
holding on to that
entertain
friendship
shit.
for?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about it. What are you holding on to? If the person is not there to support nothing you're doing, this person is what? Why are they your friend again? Like, you're supposed to be able to. I don't know. Like, a friend is supposed to be not just somebody you hang out with. They're supposed to be there when you having rough times, good times. If anything good is happening in your life, they're supposed to be there to celebrate that. They might not always be able to be there. I'm not saying a friend's supposed to all the time be there, but be there half the time. Damn, like, you ain't never there. You never was at nothing. It's like every time I'm doing something good for myself, I'm noticing that you absent. I ain't seeing you that much. I ain't hearing from you that much. That's some hating ass shit. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, if you bought a new home or anything, you know what I'm saying? They hating. They ain't come to your house yet. You done had a whole ass housewarming. You got a new house. You just bought your first house. And that friend, that so-called good best friend, they not there. They ain't coming to the house because they jealous. They don't want to see your nice house. They don't want to see you elevate. So they don't show up. That's hate. That's not a friend. You're supposed to be happy when your friend is accomplished. Even if you're not doing as well as they are. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be inspiring you, inspiration for you to do better. You know
that applies to distance a little bit too, though, because sometimes if you live far away from people, y'all can't get around each other, even though you might want to.
But real friends, they'll do an annual get together. They'll do an annual trip. They'll do, even if they're not able to be around each other every day, because remember, we all grown. Everybody don't live up the block from each other. But still, real friends, I see people that the college friends they didn't have from college, once a year, they all get together and they go on a trip. They do stuff. They can't be around each other all the time. We got families, we work, but they still make time for each other. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're not making time for the friend, how is that your friend? You're not making time. That's like being in a relationship. How you gonna be in a relationship with a man or vice versa? How you gonna be with a girl? You ain't never with her. You ain't never around her, but you saying that's your woman. You saying that's your girl, but you ain't never around your girl. So it's not a friend anymore. It's like we associates. We're not friends. You know what I mean? Like,
well, some people get the family title too, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's people No, I'm just saying, it's people.
They get it even worse.
There's people I know, but there's people I know that they're not like blood relatives, but they're like that. We knew each other so long that it doesn't even matter that we haven't seen each other for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of friends that I consider family from, people I grew up with. That we talk, we might talk on Messenger, we might even call each other, you know what I'm saying? But we haven't seen each other in mad long. And like, I understand, I understand how it goes, and you got family, and it's hard to get away and stuff like that. So like, but those people, they always get they get they're excused from that, to me, because I feel like no matter how long, we still communicate with each other, we still know what's going on in each other's life. And like, we still got that, it's like that brotherhood, family feeling, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we ain't seen each other in a long time, but I'm always thinking about you, and I'm always, communicating with you however I can, you know what I'm saying? So like, that to me is like, even if y'all not physically seeing each other, as long as y'all communicating, like semi-regularly, that's important. And sometimes I be needing reminders sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I got a call from somebody I know the other day, and I was like, damn, I'm glad you called. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I need people. Like, sometimes I be falling off. I don't be calling people from now on. Like, sometimes somebody will call me like, "Yo, what up? How you been?" I'm like, "Damn, bro, I appreciate you calling me." Like, but
my thing is, I feel like you right about that with the distance thing. Yeah, it could be more challenging to get around your friend, but if y'all motherfuckers live in the same borough, if y'all motherfuckers live in the same neighborhood, y'all live in the same state. No, if you live down the block or 30 minutes away,
there's no excuse.
That's what I'm really going towards, is like people that's in your friend circle that you around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, of course, if everybody live in different places, it's gonna be harder for y'all to get together.
Right. Yeah, it was people that used to do that shit.
Yes, like, I'm talking about your friend that you call saying your friend. Or that friend ain't never around shit. They ain't never, you know what I mean? Like, they don't even congratulate nothing you doing. they stay distant from you when you are doing good. You don't hear from them. That's not a real friend. Those are the signs to me that you need to back away from that person, because it's like, you only want to be my friend when I'm having drama, when I'm going through shit. Then here you come. You want to come around, girl. What happened? You want to be talking to me because I'm going through a breakup, or I'm going through a divorce, or I'm getting evicted, or I lost my home, or some fucked up shit. Then here you come. That's not no.
Yeah, they want to join. They want to join.
Right, here they come. Yeah. When you doing good in life, crickets.
You know, they feed. They take the whatever little positive energy you got left and feed off that shit. Bro.
Yeah. So that's what they do. Friend to me, because they feeling good that you're doing bad. Yep. And that's not no.
Yep. Pay attention, people.
So us talking about fake ass friends and all that, we're gonna move on to the next topic. So we're gonna talk about the Shanquella Robinson case, because that situation, that was the ultimate fucked up fake friends situation. So I'm sure our listeners are very familiar with the case, but for those who aren't, I will give you a quick rundown. So 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson and 6 of her friends, Khalil Cook, Malik Dyer, Dejanay Jackson, Winter Donovan, Elise Hyatt, and Nazir Wiggins went on a mini vacation to celebrate Dejanay and Nazir's birthday in Cabo, St. Lucas, Mexico on October 28, 2022. 24 hours later, Shanquella was found dead at the villa they were staying in. The 6 friends made a quick return back home to Charlotte, North Carolina, while 3 of the friends, Winter, Dejanay, and Shanquella's best friend Khalil, visited Shanquella's mom to return her suitcase and to tell her that Shanquella had died from alcohol poisoning. But after receiving the autopsy report days later, Shanquella's family will realize it had all been a lie. The report stated that Shanquella died from a severe spinal cord injury and dislocated neck. Shanquella's family was also sent a video of Dejanay Jackson viciously beating on her naked daughter, as the other friends recorded and watched the attack. And once it was out that her death was considered to be a homicide, or what Mexico labels a femicide, Shanquella's mom never saw or heard from the friends again, and they have all been hiding since. Now, the FBI is currently working with the Mexican authorities to locate and extradite who everyone believes to be Dejanay Jackson, the woman seen in the video attacking Shanquella, back to Mexico to face murder charges, but there has yet to be any arrest made, and the Cabo 6 is still on the run. So Shanquella was said to have been a really sweet person who loved to travel and was also a successful business owner. Unfortunately, it was her sweet and loving personality that cost her life, all set up by a bunch of fake friends who really hated her and was most likely seething with jealousy due to her success. And I believe that this was planned and that they all played a role in her death. Hence the reason why they all chose to go with the alcohol poisoning cover-up, because if her death was accidental by the hands of Dejanay, why in the hell would the rest of them choose to go with the lie and ruin their lives by having to run and hide out and get thrown in a Mexican prison for the next 20 to 60 years, all just to protect Dejanay's mistake? It just don't add up. But if they all played a part in Shanquella's death by either premeditating it or participating in the beating of Shanquella, that to me would make more sense as to why they all agreed to go along with the cover-up. So, Joseph, what's your thoughts about it, the whole thing?
I mean, I feel like maybe a couple of the people there maybe just was there.
But you're gonna ruin your whole life because you was there.
I don't know. See, this is the thing. Like, maybe, they could be trying to do that ride or die shit until they get back, and then they gonna start singing. You know what I'm saying? But like, nah, I'm dead ass. Like, they probably, like, I know. Like, if you feel like you had any part of that, you probably gonna run. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like it would be more.
That shit's foul. I mean, just point blank, that shit was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because now as far as it being so premeditated, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot confirm nor deny that, because I
feel like it was premeditated as far as, okay, they might have not said, they could have said we gonna kill her. I don't know. Or it might have not been premeditated to kill her, but I do feel like it was definitely premeditated to beat her up and record it. That was premeditated because y'all was in that room with phones.
Right. I don't know if the murder itself was premeditated.
Now, to me, I feel like the reason why I'm saying that I feel like y'all all had a part in her death is because, okay, say like they didn't plan to kill her, but maybe it was plotted that Dejanay was like, I'm gonna fuck her up tomorrow. I'm gonna fuck her up. And they was like, you know what? All right, we gonna record that shit. Right? And because the sister was saying that Shanquella used to like to sleep naked. So remember, her best friend Khalil Cook, he was her best friend. So he probably knew her better than the rest of them did. So y'all already knew she was gonna be in that bed naked, sleep. Y'all went in there, y'all woke the girl up out her sleep. Y'all all had y'all phones on record. That means y'all knew that a fight was about to go down. That's why the phone was on record, right? So then the reason why I think that they had a part in the death was because, remember, after the girl was beating up Shanquella, the video shuts off. We don't know what happened after that video shut off. After Dejanay beat her up and Shanquella was on the floor, looked like she was kind of dazed or whatever, the video cuts off. We don't know what happened after that. They could have all chimed in and beat on her. They tried to say the friend went to Donovan, body slammed her or whatever. That's what caused her to die. I don't know. Nobody knows because there's no video to show that. But I just have this feeling like y'all all had something to do with that death, because even if Dejanay killed her by mistake, I feel like the fact that y'all went along with a cover-up, went to that girl's mother's house. You two, Khalil, the best friend, you went with the two bitches, or one of the bitches that beat the girl up, Dejanay, and the other one went to. You went to that girl's mom's house and lied and said the girl died from alcohol poisoning. So it's like, what regular person you know with a heart gonna do that?
I mean, for me, it got hairy. It got hairy for everybody once they realized that she wasn't alive, which is pretty soon after that fight happened. Once they realized she wasn't alive, and they decided to like do what they did, like every decision made after that point makes everybody guilty, because regardless of the intention, regardless if you intentionally was trying to kill this girl, or
if it was an accidental death.
Right, if it was accidental, the problem starts when
y'all try to
y'all realized she was dead, and then everybody decided we dipping, we're lying, we're going to their parents' house, we're on the run. Every decision that they made after that point of knowing she was dead was wrong. That's it. Point blank, period. Like, so that's where it get hairy for everybody.
Right.
Now, like, somebody would have came out and straight blew it up. You know what I mean? Like, I would have been probably,
because remember,
this
is the thing that's so crazy.
I don't know, but
this is the thing that's so crazy to me. All right, so the friend Nazir Wiggins, remember, he came the next day. He wasn't there the first day they showed up. He said he showed up after Shanquella was already, the altercation happened. He said he got there at 3:00. So the autopsy's saying that she died at 3:00, right? So that means that when you got there, she was dead. So you especially shouldn't have involved yourself in that, because you wasn't even there for none of it. You basically came out there the next day. You came a day late after your friends already was out there. You came out there a day late. Your friend's dead. They all, I don't know what they told him. They probably told him what happened. And you decided to go along with it too? I'd have been like, oh, nah, y'all ain't put me in that shit. I am not going to be sitting in no motherfucking Mexican jail for none of y'all motherfuckers. I just got here. I don't know what the hell going on. I got here, my friend dead. Y'all over here coming up with some lie, and y'all want me to be a part of it. So I feel like, what was the purpose of him lying? That's why I'm like, did y'all all have a role at some point in this girl's death? Like, was y'all all taking turns whipping on her? We don't know what the hell they did to her after the first fight. Nobody knows, because I feel like y'all going too hard for Dejanay. Like, I'm not going hard for you. You fucked her up. You killed her. I'm not going to jail for you. I'm sorry. I ain't nobody that much of my friend that I'm gonna sit there and be sitting in some jail in another country because you gotta think about it. They all was from Charlotte. Why you ain't whip her ass in Charlotte?
Until they catch them, there's gonna be a lot of questions, because a lot of times, when a crime happens and it becomes like national, you know what I'm saying, people know about it. Before they ever get caught, people usually don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know the details. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like once they catch a few of them, at least a couple of them, it's probably gonna make more sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened and why they reacted the way they did. Now, it might appear to be stupid why they reacted the way they did. You know what I'm saying? Because you always look at when you always look back at something, you see all the mistakes and flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the decisions or whatever. But like, the only way we're gonna get answers, they gotta catch them.
Right.
At this point, because they was the only people that was there.
And y'all digging yourself deeper. Your families is helping y'all dig yourself deep. The whole situation is odd. Like, It's like y'all, I know y'all all got parents, and it's like nobody not saying, nah, you need to report that. You need to go turn yourself in. Like, especially if you didn't have nothing to do with it. It's like if my son went on a trip and he come home and he like, yo, I went out there, you know what I'm saying? One of the friends was already dead. I'm gonna be like, no, we about to go to the police station, because why the hell you gonna implicate yourself in some accidental murder that you wasn't even there? Like, you walked in on some shit, and I'm gonna sit there and hide you out? No, we're going down.
Forensics is only gonna be able to tell but so much of the story, you know what I'm saying?
And this is the thing that I was hearing about. So they basically saying that it's gonna be hard for Mexico to get her extradited, because Mexico government has to prove to United States government or FBI or whatever that there is proof that, I guess they have to prove that they have enough evidence to say that Dejanay, whatever, that they killed Shanquella.
Right.
Because they are U.S. citizens.
So they're having trouble coming up with that.
So you can't just like come and take somebody from the U.S. and take them to another country. Like, you have to have proper evidence to present enough to FBI or whoever that it's like, all right, this is enough for us to help extradite her back to Mexico.
Right.
So I don't know if the Mexican authorities don't have enough evidence to really I don't know what's going on, because
I believe
this
they
happens
do.
in other country.
I believe they do.
So where the fuck they at then?
I don't know.
Nobody, how y'all eating? How y'all doing? Nobody ain't going to work. Nobody ain't going to school. Where your parents at? They not working. Everybody quit their jobs. Like, I'm like, where's everybody?
Weird. There was an interesting theory that you brought up before, saying they might have offed themselves somewhere.
That's what I think. I don't give a fuck. I was saying I think they all committed suicide.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Listen, I don't know, because I'm like, where y'all? Just like with the whole what was that girl, Gabby Petito? When they was looking for that guy and they couldn't find him, I kept saying, I bet you he killed himself. I kept saying that, because like, where are you? First of all, how you gonna hide from the FBI?
Yeah,
how you gonna remember the FBI got involved in this shit? This is not just some little local police. No, this is the FBI. You mean to tell me federal agents can't find y'all asses? Y'all ain't wealthy like that. Y'all ain't got money like that to be hiding out and going to like y'all. Where y'all at? Where y'all hiding?
And I feel like this group of people, they wasn't built like that.
No, they was regular kids,
they were
young
like
people.
College grad. Y'all was
like
regular
where do y'all have the means to even be on a
built,
run?
Y'all wasn't built like that, man. Y'all not living. Y'all not out there doing survival, man. Like,
yeah, it's like I'm trying to figure out, if you don't have the means and you don't have the money and you have no way of being on a run, how you gonna be on a run? Where you at? The
experience, anything. You can't live in the wilderness and not know what you're doing. Like,
yeah, like I don't know. I kept saying what, but if they just find them dead somewhere, because even though that would be crazy if they
might. It's possible, because I feel like they not built for this type of stuff.
The only person that keep popping up talking is Nazir Wiggins. That's the one that came after the fact.
Right, that feels that he's not guilty. That's the only reason why he's
but
still talking.
Still kind of lied, because remember he said, "Oh, I got there. I was putting on Summer Walker. I was rubbing her hair." So everybody was like, "Well, was you tampering with a dead body? What the hell was you doing?" Yeah. Because if they said the girl died at 3:00 and you said you got there a little after 3, she wasn't alive. So how was you caressing a corpse? So I don't know if he just made that whole thing up just to make it look like, nah, she was still alive.
Or some necrophilia shit.
Yeah, like people thinking that about him, but I'm thinking that he didn't do no necrophilia. I feel like he just tried to throw it off.
Right, he just told us lie.
Right, by saying, "Oh, when I was there, she wasn't dead. She was still alive. You know, she was a little out of it, but you know, I was putting on Summer Walker. I was rubbing her hair."
Yeah, almost like taking the guilt off himself or whatever.
Right. But I'm like, why you even did that, my nigga? Now, I can see if he didn't want to say shit when he was around them, because remember, you in Mexico, they just killed this girl. You're not going to tell them in their face that you going to tell, because they might want to off your ass. But once you got your black ass back to the United States, I done went right to my moms and been like, yo, they just killed Shanquella. And I would have been kindly getting myself right up out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, you call me a snitch and all that. I'm not going down for no murder that y'all did. I wasn't even here. Like, I wasn't even here. I wasn't even in this country when y'all did what y'all did. So I am not about to just go down just to say, oh, we ride or die. No, fuck, we ain't. We ain't ride or die in this one. Like,
yeah, I feel like dude said what he said to like save face or whatever, because he already dug his grave already a little bit. So like, he probably just trying to like minimize the guilt or minimize the blame a little on himself, because he know he showed up late. So, and
I feel like maybe in some ways he felt guilt because they was trying to say they seen his car parked far away from the funeral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he didn't know her. So, you know, maybe the situation, you know, like I said, you walking, like I can imagine if I'm walking into some shit, like some situation. It's like, yo, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like one of our friends is dead. And then y'all left her there. Yeah, like that whole situation was cold. Y'all left her there, even though y'all killed her. Y'all left her there. You know what I'm saying? Just went back home, and then y'all was being sociopaths because y'all went to the mother house and made up this whole lot. I wouldn't have been able to look that mother in the eye. Now, this is the crazy thing. The other 3 friends didn't go to the mother house. Nazir didn't go, Elise didn't go, and Malik didn't go. They didn't go to the house. You know what I mean? Because maybe that was too much for them. They probably say, nah, I can't even face her mother. Because remember, y'all know y'all had some hand in this girl's death, and y'all gonna go to that lady's house and lie like that? You gotta be a cold person to do that. Like, especially this Khalil friend, because you was the best friend. The mother said she didn't know the other people. She only knew Khalil because she said that her daughter was best friends with him. So she knew him. So the fact that he was able to make up this lie, it's just fucked up. It's cold. Like, I feel like he need to go to jail too, because that she was your best friend. She probably trusted you more than she did everybody else at that villa. And you stood there and watched her get beat down like that. You didn't even intervene. You didn't be like, chill, nothing. You didn't stop nothing. It's like, how you watch your friend get fucked up like that?
Well, if any of them people had to have the balls to stay alive, they're gonna get caught eventually, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's only but so many places you could go hide. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna catch you.
You know what's so odd? You know what's so weird too about this? So, all right, they say the FBI is involved, right? And I'm like, the FBI ain't banging down your family members' doors. It's crazy. Like, people on YouTube is getting more information about these people, their family members, where they live in at different states. They gathering all this information, and the FBI not doing that.
They probably are. I mean, there's no way to know what they gathering and what they not gathering.
Because they not talking about it. They
don't gotta knock down nobody's doors. You know what I'm saying? They probably don't even have to do all that. They probably listening to phone calls. They probably doing all types of crazy ass surveillance. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to catch them.
Yeah, they don't gotta physically break nothing. They could break something when they know somebody's there
at that house, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? They could use so many avenues that they got now for electronic surveillance, tapping. Tapping into cameras. I mean, they got access to everything. So like, they don't even gotta be knocking on. They really technically don't really gotta knock on doors too much like that. You know what I mean? But like, they probably already done came at mad people's house already and asked questions and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But they're not gonna keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? They probably do that, try to see where everybody's head is at, try to figure out who's lying or whatever. And at the end of the day, they're gonna go to that electronic. You know what I mean? They're gonna go to the electronic surveillance because that's how they get all the information. You know what I mean? Like, and after that, you know, they catch a key person or whatever. You know, testimony is usually what seals the nail on the coffin. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's what's gonna get everybody down. It's gonna get everybody gonna go down when they catch somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be the nail in the coffin. It's gonna be testimony because, like I said, you know, forensics could only do but so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need testimony to like seal the deal.
To put everything together, because it's like, right, what caused this? Like, what, like, you know, what happened? You know, like, what was going on? I feel like whatever was going on, from the way she was beating on Shanquella, I seen nothing but rage. And I'm like, yo, for you to have that built up rage in you, this must have been some pent up ill will feelings you had towards her for a while. Because they have a recording out there on YouTube. Nobody knows if it's really Winston's voice, but she tried to say that Shanquella had did some bullshit when she was drunk. So the next day, Dejanay wanted to approach her and she wanted to fight her. Right? But I'm still like, what could she have done the night before when she was drunk that horribly, that you was enraged and the way you was beating this girl? This girl wasn't even fighting you back. She didn't even swing one time. She didn't do anything. Like, what are you getting out of that? Like, you're just beating this girl up. She's not fighting you back. That's why I was like, yo, none of them didn't, like, especially that friend Khalil. I kept saying, yo, like, maybe the rest of them was more on Dejanay's side, because I felt like they was more friends with each other than they was with Shanquella. But I feel like that the Khalil dude, why you didn't get in it? Why you
maybe
didn't stop?
Maybe they scared of that girl too, man.
You a whole ass man. How the hell you scared of a female?
You a whole gay man, dude.
I don't give a shit. He's still a man.
I know, but he might be a bitch ass dude. I don't know. Like you got some gay people that's tough. You got some gay people that's pussy. I mean, it's like with any human on earth. You got people that got the guts to do stuff, and you got people that get scared to do stuff.
Yeah, but like, I feel like your reflex wasn't to try to intervene or try to walk over there and try to help your friend up. Remember when she was sitting on the floor looking like she was dazed, holding her head? The friend never still tried to walk up to her. He didn't try to do nothing. Well, I really don't know what he did because remember the recording cuts off, so nobody knows what happened after that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a accidental murder. That's what I think. I don't think they intended. I don't think they was intended to kill her and do all that and then run away. I don't think they was intended for none of this shit to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who in their right mind would intend for this to happen and still go through with it. You know what I mean? Like,
and if they was planning, they should have did a way better job of plotting it than what they did.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way.
She died from alcohol poisoning.
There's no way that you could hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like,
and it's like I don't even know if they realized. I don't even know if they realized that her neck was broken. They probably didn't know what the fuck happened. She probably just dropped and fell, whatever. Then they said she was seasoned. I don't know what the hell. Because there's so many different reports from Mexico, and Mexico government is mad corrupt, and them motherfuckers be getting paid off. The
best decision for them would have been we was having a fight, and I don't know what happened, and then end up getting a manslaughter charge. That would have been the best outcome for them. Would have been just coming forward right then and there. Listen, we was fighting. I slammed her. I don't know what the fuck happened, and she's dead. And I don't know. You know what I mean? And like they would have came back to the U.S. She would have got charged. They would have got charged with manslaughter. It would have just been the one person that fought her would have got charged. Everybody else probably would have been all right, and she would probably end up doing 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And that would have been the end of it right there. Right. And now, because of all this other stupid shit y'all doing, like y'all made the situation 100 times worse. You know what I'm saying? Like the best decision would have been like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like I was fighting her. You know, that would have been the woman thing to do. Like be a woman about your shit and take fucking blame for what you did. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like don't fucking have all your friends is going down with you. You know what I mean? Be like, yo, I'm about to go forward and say, yo, I slammed her, she died. You know what I mean? Like I didn't mean to kill her. It was a mistake. I was trying to fuck her up and she died. You know what I'm saying? And you get hit with a manslaughter charge and you come out 5-10 years and you live the rest of your fucking life. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what's gonna happen now. Now there's not gonna be no rest of your life. It's gonna be the rest of your life in jail somewhere. Because y'all wanted to run and hide and lie and go to the mom's house and all that stupid ass college people shit that y'all did. Because that's what they did. They did some college people shit. They did some totally unstreet shit. Like street motherfuckers would have went street motherfuckers would have went all the way left or all the way right, but them motherfuckers went down the middle on some dumb shit.
Right.
Go all the way that way or all the way that way. You know what I mean? Like
it's like
put the body cut the body up and put her in acid or just be like, you know what? I slammed her and she died and it was a mistake. You gotta go either way, but you can't go down the middle and then try to lie and be acting like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Like something happened. You know what I mean? Like you've been better off just telling on yourself and letting your friends don't get hit with that shit. Because now you got it where everybody fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, whatever happens to the motherfuckers, they deserve because they all foul anyway. You know what I'm saying? But like the girl that slammed her down. And probably the reason why
allegedly slammed her
Well, if she did that, if she indeed did that, she's the worst person there. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, she should have been woman enough to say, I fucked up. You know what I mean? I slammed my friend. There's no way that we gonna get away with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not happening. Y'all not getting away with that shit. It's a murder. Person dead, bro. Like, you're not getting away with that. People gonna ask questions. Hello, you know what I'm saying? Family members gonna be like, "Where's my daughter at?" Like,
right?
Hello,
they thought they were just gonna leave her in Mexico.
Yeah, what the fuck is y'all thinking about? That's what I'm saying. Like some college dumbass teenager stupid shit y'all did.
They not teenagers. Them motherfuckers.
They not.
They 20s.
They not. But they doing some stupid shit like they teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Like they acting like they ain't never experienced life. like doing some dumbass shit like that. Like you ain't never watched CSI, you ain't never watched no shows about court, probably not, because y'all in this young generation where y'all think shit like that is boring. You know what I mean? Y'all too busy watching people on TikTok instead of actually learning about real shit in real life, like laws and judges and courts and shit like that.
And there's a lot of people feel like this generation is all this reality TV fighting and all the, you know, drinking, fighting each other. They be promoting that on a lot of these reality TV shows too. And you know, that's the generation that we got right now that's growing up off of these type of shows.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man. People thinking shit alright. It's like, like I said, whatever happens to them, you know, they deserve it. That's how I feel. Cause y'all did some mad dumb shit. All I do is always
hope and pray that when my daughter grow up and she's older, that she picks her friends wisely and that she don't ever end up in a situation being around somebody that could bring her harm.
Yo, I'm gonna definitely be assisting in the picking her friends.
Yeah, but you already know.
A little bit.
You can't. You already know with how these kids. You can't pick nobody's friends.
I'm gonna just try to influence a little bit. Yeah, I just gonna try to pay attention a little bit, you know.
And at the end of the day, look what happened with Shanquella's friend Khalil. Her mother said that Khalil was a best friend to her daughter, and he used to go on vacations with them. So remember how you were saying before about sometimes people know how to hide shit. Some people know how to hide themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure it might have been little slick stuff that Khalil was doing. You know what I mean? That Shanquella probably brushed it off or whatever. But like I was saying, because I feel like people always show you a little bit of a sign about themselves. But, you know, for the most part, I think the mother thought that, you know, he was her best friend. So when your daughter or your son or whatever is going somewhere with their best friend, you expect for the person's best friend to make sure that your kid is good. Like, that they're gonna do that and just leave your child out there to die on their own. You know what I mean? Like, that shit crazy.
Yeah, that's why I say, you know, whatever happens, they deserve it, because that shit is foul. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, y'all decided y'all wanted to go with the running and lying and hiding route, and that's some cowardly type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just some cowardly shit. At the end of the day, like, whoever slammed her, whoever was the one that caused her to die, need to be the one to come forward and man up, woman up. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, man. That's at the end of the day, man, woman up, man. You know what I'm saying? You do some
that's why I
fucked
always
up shit.
say everybody need to pick their friends wisely, man. You gotta pay attention to them signs, you gotta pay attention to them red flags, don't brush them off. Don't just, you know, people always tell you, oh, red flags for a relationship. No, you need to look at the red flags and signs for friendships too.
Woman up and take your bid, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, take your bid, bro. Whoever did it, sis, bro, whatever. You know, you take your bid like a man, you know, or a woman. And we're gonna handle that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Because thinking you're gonna get away with it, it's just stupid, man. Like, I'll be like, yo, how the fuck? Like, I'm confused about all the decisions that was made after that girl was dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm confused about it, because I know me, and it could be maybe my age a little bit plays into it, but I don't think so. I think even in my mid-20s, I would have had enough common sense, you know what I'm saying, to be like, yo, we're not getting away with this shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what I would have did. Honestly, I think Dejanay, I would have probably cuffed her up to something. That's probably what I would have did. I probably would have been like, you're not going nowhere. I'm not going down for your shit. I'm gonna make you tell the motherfuckers what you did. Like, you're gonna tell them what you did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be going down for your bullshit. Like, I'm about to cuff you to this fucking pole. And you ain't going nowhere. Like, nah, bro. Like, I would have got real manly on that bitch. Like, nah, man. I'm not fucking ride with this bullshit. It's some bullshit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You slammed the girl on her head. Take the hit. That's it. I'm not taking a hit for you. Take the hit. You probably gonna get 5 to 10 years. It's fucked up, but hey, you gonna live to see another day, and you gonna be out. You gonna be 30-something.
Yup, you're gonna get the life that Shanquella ain't never.
Yeah, you're gonna be 30-something when you get out.
But Shanquella ain't never gonna be able to see 30 nothing. You know what I mean? Like, y'all ended her life.
You got people doing 10 years for selling shit online, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, that shit crazy.
Yeah, I feel like y'all ended her life. She doesn't have no more nothing because of y'all. So, I mean, the fact that y'all could even possibly be out in 10 years or whatever to see anything is, to me...
Oh, yeah, it's bothersome. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I can't even imagine her mom and how she feeling, you know what I mean? Like...
It's bothersome. When
your child leave out the door, you think you don't think that something like that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So, like, everybody else kids came back and hers didn't, And I feel like all of their parents should be ashamed of themselves, because I'm like, yo, y'all parents, yo, like, how would you have felt if somebody would have did that to y'all daughter? I know that's your daughter, your son, and y'all trying to hide them, but it's like, no, man, like, they did something wrong. They need to fucking be accountable for that. Yeah. You don't need to be hiding them and coddling them. It's like, no, y'all went out there, y'all was grown. Y'all went out there, y'all did what y'all did, and y'all need to pay for that. Period. Because if it was one of y'all, if it was one of y'all, I would want that person to pay for it if somebody would have killed one of y'all. If Winter, your mother, could have been like, yo, if it would have been you, I want to see justice. Dejanay's mother, Khalil's mother, all of them. Like, I'm like, yo, y'all all parents, and I understand y'all, those are your kids. But at the end of the day, y'all kids made grown-ass decision to do what they did. So all that hiding them out and all of this stuff is crazy. That y'all even are partaking in that. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's your kid.
Well, what's going to end up happening is if they end up proving that they was helping them out, they're going to be accessories too.
Yeah, it's like, what y'all do? Listen,
that shit casts a net over everybody involved. Like, that's the thing about once you acknowledge that, like, this person killed somebody, and then you continue to aid and abet them and help them get away, you are accessory to murder. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that shit got it where a whole bunch of people could end up in jail for a long time over some shit that only one person probably needed to just say something and everybody would have been straight. Like, and that would have been it. You know what I'm saying? And like, and I just try to speak from the perspective of the person that did the fucked up act. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you might do something in your life that you can't take back. You know what I'm saying? That was fucked up. And sometimes your reaction is everything. It's not what you actually did. It's your reaction to what you did. That means everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes you even more guilty is, what was your reaction to what you did? Did you just come forward and admit what you did? Or did you try to run and hide and lie and coerce people into lying with you? That's what makes a person, to me, even more fucked up and more cold and more evil, because anybody could body slam somebody by mistake and kill them. I could get into a fight with somebody at Wawa tomorrow and head slam this motherfucker, and he'll die right there. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be getting hit with manslaughter charges because I had a fight with some random dude in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that could happen to people. But like, what is your reaction to the situation afterward? It's what defines the type of person you are. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, they need to get whatever comes to them at this point, because they done took that shit to a whole other level. Whoever helped them need to get whatever coming to them. And you know what I'm saying? And I feel for the family. You know, I feel for Shanquella's family, because I know they really, 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 really hurting. And I can only imagine. I can't even imagine the feeling that, you know, they're feeling. You know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine losing a child that was doing good with their life and doing the right thing and being nice to their friends and looking out for people, and they get killed by motherfuckers. I can't even imagine how bad they feel. So I feel really bad for the family. I really hope that they get justice, get the justice that they actually deserve and that they're looking for, and not finding 6 dead bodies somewhere. Because to me, that's not justice. That's some old, you know, easy way out pussy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, go kill yourself because you can't deal with reality. You put yourself in a situation. That's your reality. You created that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you create your reality every day. You know what I'm saying? People need to stop, like, blaming other people for their reality and start realizing the decisions they make is what create their reality. You know what I mean? We got more power over our life than we think. So I'm a top it off on that one.
Do you have a topic or story you'd like to discuss here on The Block? If so, shoot us an email at ontheblockandbeststar@gmail.com. Leave a message and we'll be happy to have you as a guest on our podcast.